Yes, I'm probably still buying the Switch 2, but it isn't for the reason you think. Buckle up, folks, to press that and lock it in, and it's about to get weird because the Nintendo Switch saved my life when I was in a spiraling ADHD depression doom loop in early 2020. I know, it's a different angle. Hear me out. Give me a second. And for that reason, I'll probably end up buying the stupid Switch 2. But that's also why I'm so sour about the price of the new console, the games, the accessories, and the new ownership stuff. See, I'm a casual gamer. I don't always buy the newest consoles when they come out. I was a little late to the party for the Switch. I ended up getting the Switch in November of 2019 as a gift from my parents, in what I can only see in hindsight as a desperate attempt to pull me out of that ADHD depression doom loop I was in. Because me at the time, me and my girlfriend were looking adamantly at buying a house, and truthfully, we messed up by just not pulling the trigger. And we all know what's happened to housing since then. Literally everything changed in seemingly a few months, and for me, life started getting really shitty really quick. I lost all my work contracts in my brand new videography business. Excellent time to quit my job, by the way, and to go into business for myself. And the businesses that still wanted my work were shutting down left and right. Luckily, my girlfriend is smarter than me. She didn't take 5 years to get an associate's degree. She kept her job and kept us afloat while I was kind of figuring some stuff out. We ended up back at my parents for a year, kind of miserable, fighting over leftovers. I got real low. Things got real bad and dark for me, and I couldn't really see a light at the end of the tunnel. Truthfully, I think my parents could see this happening to me because they offered me therapy, but more importantly, and funny more effectively, they bought me the Nintendo Switch. And I dove balls deep into my new Nintendo Switch. I devoted most of the days for the next few months into 2 games, Animal Crossing New Horizons and Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And suddenly, as I'm sitting on my couch at my parents' house playing Pokemon, I felt that same feeling I felt as a kid again. You know the feeling, the one that Nintendo is somehow freakishly good at pulling out of people. My playful spirit was finally coming back. The fog was beginning to lift. And I know it sounds dumb, but I felt confident in making other decisions in my life that were really holding me back. Like the decision to switch gears into editing for YouTubers and not doing ads for small businesses, which gave way to working with and building amazing channels, ultimately leading to a 5-year career in YouTube where I got to travel for free and make money doing the thing that I love. And I didn't know it at that time, but after looking back and after talking to the doctors that had re-diagnosed me with ADHD and doing hours of hyperfixating into why I hyperfixate on the wrong shit and feel like shit, I stumbled across this video.
In the early days of COVID, a lot of us were struggling with fear, grief, and isolation. But as the pandemic dragged on with no end in sight, our acute anguish gave way to chronic languish. We were all living in Groundhog Day. It felt like the whole world was stagnating. Strangely enough, what rescued me from that feeling was playing Mario Kart.
And after seeing that, I realized 2 things. Oh, I'm not a total knuckle dragger.
He's smart, feels like me.
But also, and more importantly, even he, like many, many others, experienced the exact same thing at the exact same time and used the exact same medium to get out of his own way. A stupid little console with daily wins, building confidence and community like I did, playing my Switch with my brother on my couch at my parents' house. And that's probably why I'm sour about the price of the games, the console, and the low-tech, innovative accessories. I'm butthurt Nintendo told me that I don't own it if I make a mod or in some cases even a repair, and I'm sour that some game devs are not offering physical copies of their game for those that don't have access to the internet. And I'm mad at Nintendo for letting them do it because I mean it's their platform. I'm very fortunate to be in a position right now where I can actually afford the Switch 2, but not everyone is. Times are getting weird again. Inflation's on the rise, tariff tensions are freaking everywhere, and everything seems to be getting just a little bit farther out of reach for the average person just trying to get by. So yeah, I'll probably end up buying the Switch 2. Not at launch day, but I know myself eventually, okay. Because like many people, at one of the darkest times in my life, that little console gave me a second wind when nothing could break through the fog. I will always have a soft spot for what it did for me, and really for Nintendo as a whole. I'm honestly such a fanboy. But don't get it twisted. I'm still gonna be butthurt as hell, let's call it critical, about the prices, the fake ownership, the constant reselling of nostalgia, and the fact that we're all just renting access to the things that make us feel alive.